We're joined right now by Senator Robert Menendez, Democrat of New Jersey, happens to be chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. And Senator, fair warning, we're waiting for the arrival of the Chief Justice, so we may have to duck into that during our interview with you. Senator, what did the interview with Lev Parnas mean to you, and how should this incoming mountain of evidence this late in the game, as you're about to be sworn in by the Chief Justice, how should that be treated by the Senate?
Well, look, I think the gravity and solemnity of this impeachment just came upon every member of the Senate as they sat there. And I think the Les Parnas interview, while we have to determine the veracity of what he has to say, obviously reinforces one storyline, which is that the article of impeachment that alleges that the president abused his power by seeking a foreign government to get involved in our elections for his personal political gain is amplified by Les Parnas and all of the elements of what he said. And so that and the documents that have been coming out today, the Government Accountability Office issued a statement. This is the independent government watchdog saying that the president's holding of the funds for Ukraine was illegal under the law. I think these are all powerful elements that I hope the House managers will be able to present to the full Senate. And I hope the Senate accepts the reality that what every American knows to be the reality of a trial, which is that witnesses and documents are essential to a fair and impartial trial to be decided.
Senator, what are your private conversations? You were known to have relationships across the partisan divide there in that chamber that used to be famous for that, not so much anymore. What private conversations can you at least characterize have you had with any Republicans who might be, at a minimum, curious, at a maximum, open to voting with your caucus to hear from firsthand witnesses?
Well, I do have relationships on the other side of the aisle. I respect them. I'm not going to divulge who they are, but I'll characterize it this way, that there are several of my colleagues who actually believe that having witnesses would be not only the right thing to do, but would be a valuable thing to do. I think they also see the rising chorus of American voices, 2/3 of the American people who believe, for example, that Ambassador Bolton, as a former national security advisor, should be one of those witnesses. And so, and they say they desire to see so. My comment to them is your desire can be made real by casting your vote to do so.
Are there any witnesses that Democrats are ready to concede to get someone like John Bolton or Lev Parnas in front of not just the Senate, but the American people?
Well, look, you know, we're certainly willing to consider what are legitimate witnesses that have information on the substance of the articles of impeachment. And the president and his counsel will have an opportunity, if there are witnesses, to ask for witnesses as well. The question is, do we have witnesses that actually have something to shed light on the articles of impeachment? Are they substantive? Do they have actual information? If they do, then they should be heard.
Senator, while you're speaking, the Chief Justice of the United States, John Roberts, has arrived and is being escorted by the Senate Sergeant at Arms over to the Senate chamber. Nicole, this is someone you have been around in Republican politics, someone you're familiar with. Imagine the weight of the job he has.
I stood in the Rose Garden when George W. Bush nominated him to not just the Supreme Court, to the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. 15 Republican senators currently serving alongside Senator Menendez voted to confirm him, not just to the Supreme Court, but as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. And I'm thinking of those 15 Republican senators who thought so much of him that they voted to confirm him and they voted to make him Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Will they listen to him? Will they hear him when he asked them to swear to what Michael Steele said they won't do, which is to act as impartial jurors?
You mean 15 Democrats crossed over?
No, 15 Republicans who were still there. It was a while ago now. So there are 15 Republicans who were still serving in that.
Still in the chamber,
right?
today.
Still in the chamber. I could probably name them, but not on live TV. But you know, John Cornyn was there. Mitch McConnell was there. So they're part of his legacy. They're part of making John Roberts the Chief Justice. Will they listen to him? Will they do what he says? Will they swear to be impartial jurors? I wish I could sort of be inside their heads and wonder whether they're going to dismiss what he's asking them to do today, just take an oath to be impartial, as Michael Steele probably correctly predicts they will? Or will there be something about seeing him there, someone they helped install, someone they helped confirm? Will they take him seriously?
Senator, we realize in 21 minutes you have somewhere to be and we have someplace to cover. So one last question. To the question Claire McCaskill was asking, to the talking point from Nicole, what is the chance that a Lindsey Graham, who has told us and the wider world how he's going to rule already on this case, will be perhaps swayed, informed by the moment of raising his right hand to take an oath separate and apart of the oath he took to represent the people of South Carolina, and perhaps go into this with a more open mind than he first planned on?
Well, as I listened to the reading of the articles, it just, beyond the question of the impeachment of the president, it's about our constitutional order. It's about the checks and balances of our government. It's about the very essence of our democracy. This is a moment for patriots, not partisans, and I hope that the patriots in each and every one of us comes forward.
Senator Robert Menendez, Democrat of New Jersey, thank you very much for spending some of your time with us.